Each morning, a missionary.
Surprisingly, episode 4 was my least hated episode, which is very weird and speaks volumes. Has the radiation finally gotten to my brain? Who knows? As always, this is my rambling thoughts and gripes with the episode more than a structured breakdown review. Others handle that a lot better than me, so definitely check them out. But let's get into it, and of course, spoilers ahead. Episode 4 marks the halfway point through the season, and have we even gotten a plot yet? We start off in Alaska, pre-war and close to Anchorage days perhaps. It's never really explained more than that, but we do get a Deathclaw, and I must admit the practical visual effects on this were a treat. I really credit anyone doing practical effects in this day and age, as opposed to full CGI. It just adds something more and a bit of feeling. Shame they didn't include this in the previous episodes so far. I will, however, say, what was the purpose of this segment? Apart from showing us a real close-up of the Deathclaw eyes, is this one of the blind ones? Will we get any more answers? Or will it be a, oh, I know her scene from whenever we reach the strip in Vegas with the Ghoul? This episode brings back those erratic jumps between storylines, preventing any one arc getting a bit of momentum built up or allowing it room to breathe. Shifting quickly to Maximus, we find him panicking after his impulsive actions last episode. They've tracked me, he mutters. But why? The Brotherhood's pursuit feels unmotivated, and once again this faction is portrayed as comically inept, undermining their supposed gravitas. Back on the Pride when Maximus reunites with Fake Mustache, because I don't know who this character's name is. His plan is now to assassinate the Elder, a bold escalation that tries to deliver factional drama but in reality is just really bizarre. Thaddeus provides comic relief, stumbling about in power armor like a wasteland clown. The Yosemite chapter tries to bargain with Fake Sander, or now Thaddeus in power armor, because I guess the Civil War idea really isn't it, before they all start killing each other because Fake Stash steals the MacGuffin. It culminates in Maximus confronting the Elder, a confession about killing Sander, which then inevitably sparks a shootout, and the camp inevitably erupts into chaos. Airships are obliterated, and yet here's the rub. Maximus can't bring himself to kill whenever it matters, except whenever the plot demands otherwise. It's a glaring inconsistency that robs the character of any agency, even admitting much like the showrunners at this stage, what is your plan? I have no plan. Over to Lucy and the Ghoul. Distance remains my chief gripe with the duo traversing vast stretches of the Mojave in implausible short order. The NCR remnants revive Lucy, mentioning Shady Sands, yet she neglects to reveal her own history there, or its destruction. A missed opportunity for a bit of emotional depth. But geared up and back on the road, Lucy now grapples with chem addiction, buff out specifically, leading to a dubious moral embrace the drugs to survive or go cold turkey. It's a cynical twist on her naive fault dweller arc, but it feels forced and, just forced comedy at this stage. At least they've now reached the outskirts of New Vegas, where the Keens have been ghoulified, appearing feral and off-kilter, for no other explanation is given why they're like this. The practical makeup here does outshine recent Fallout entries. These ghouls actually genuinely look like ghouls. I suspect that the one in white was the king himself, culminating in a lame Pop Goes the Weasel gag. Again, this is very wasted, and it just seems like another, oh, looky here, remember these guys? No explanation to their current state of being, or anything else. Just a quick pop-up gimmick. Notably, Lucy and the Ghoul have bypassed Freeside entirely to enter the Strip's entrance, which is an odd geographical shortcut from the way it was laid out in the game, but I do digress. Inside the Strip, the lights blaze, but it's eerily deserted. No one is home until a Deathclaw emerges, having apparently taken up residence. The episode cuts off abruptly there on a cliffhanger that's equal parts somewhat thrilling, but mostly absurd. A Deathclaw inside the Strip, the fortified Strip, one of the hardest areas to get into in the game naturally, and it's laying eggs undisturbed. Listen, I get that Deathclaws are apex predators and they're meant to be formidable, but I wager in the next episode it will be dispatched with undue haste. Furthermore, you mean to tell me that it got in there, ignored Freeside and the Securitrons that have clearly been buffed up by the Platinum Chip, couldn't take it out? Yes, it might have caused havoc for a bit, but it's been left there to do its thing for an unspecified amount of time. Oh, and there's two other storylines in this episode as well. There's a brief instance with Norm leading his group of dwellers that have somehow found food straight off the bat. And then we have Bud's enigmatic assistant hinting at Phase 2 without any elaboration. One of the more interesting moments that could have been explored was the young girl's "I was on that bridge a week ago" comment, but of course, jump cut. In the vaults, water rationing is circumvented via food budgets, a wacky bit of resource management that highlights emerging tensions. The factions start to fracture between the interconnected vaults. Norm's absence is finally noted, along with the missing cryopods. Woody confronts Vault 32's overseer about intrusions into restricted areas, while Jet discovers a wallet with an ID, raising questions about Steph's origins. Is she Canadian after all? It's subtly intriguing, but I don't feel that there's going to be any great payoff to this. There's been no other setup around this or what it could mean. It just feels very shoehorned in there. The end credits deliver a grim montage, bodies strewn over Camp McCarran to other outposts. And is this just a culmination of Bethesda's current body count for Fallout New Vegas? Who knows? Overall, the episode's jumps between the plots hinder any organic development, favouring breadth over depth. Little advances meaningfully. Much like Maximus, the narrative seems planless. Yet amid the baffling choices, there's a tolerable rhythm here, somehow, perhaps due to the mounting payoff of New Vegas itself. Or maybe I've just simply acclimatized to the chaos. I feel like I'm repeating myself most episodes because most episodes have made me repeat myself. It's doing the same thing over and over again, but this is the halfway point. That's 4 episodes down, and the season still feels like it's circling the drain of potential. New Vegas is here on our doorstep, but at what cost to coherence? What are your thoughts on episode 4? Does the Deathclaw tease excite you, or does the lore bending frustrate you even more? Or heck, does my annoying commentary annoy you even more? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you for episode 5.